Morning. We want to turn now to Pakistan. That is a country with long-time diplomatic relations with the U.S. It is critical to our relations in that region. Flooding in that country, though, has caused catastrophic damage and killed nearly 1,300 people, with one-third of the country underwater right now. We want to welcome in the ambassador to Pakistan, Masood Khan. He is here to talk about the situation of, first of all, Ambassador, our condolences as to what your country has been going through lately. We have certainly had catastrophic flooding in our country as well, too. But, you know, we see on a human scale in your country right now something that is unfathomable. What is the situation on the ground, and just how desperately do you need help right now?
First, let me thank the United States. We have received these messages of solidarity and sympathy from the leadership of the United States, from civic society. So we appreciate that. And it has been, and the messages have been across the aisle. And we also want to thank the United States government for announcing humanitarian assistance of $30 million. This is for rescue and relief operations. But this is the initial phase. As you know, that the floods in Pakistan have been devastating. One-third of the country is underwater. And you see some 33 million people have been affected directly. So the scale is so big, we could not have prepared for it. It's a huge catastrophe. We have had some natural disasters in the past, and we had developed an apparatus, but this apparatus was inadequate for this kind of calamity.
Well, it's an unimaginable disaster, and it is trying right now to get the entire world to come to the aid. What is the most critical need right now?
Right now it is assistance for relief and rescue. This is top of the list and there are some air bridges or aerial corridors that have been established. I mean, we're getting these consignments for food, for shelter, I mean tents. We're getting these tents and medicines. These are the utmost requirements, the most urgent requirements that we need there. And we have to save lives, and therefore anything that saves lives and gives shelter and gives support to these displaced persons. This is the immediate need. And I think that U.S. aid is on the ground. They're assessing the situation there. And there are many philanthropic organizations here in the United States which are sending these humanitarian consignments to Pakistan, and we're grateful to them. But the scale, as I said, that scale is so big that we will have to multiply our efforts inside the country and also by the international community.
It's really devastating. If anybody has watched any of the video, the situation right there, right now, your heart goes out to all of those folks. I want to change direction here just for a moment. We are just past the one-year anniversary of the United States leaving Afghanistan militarily. Obviously, Pakistan, neighboring country. What has this year been like, and has Pakistan been able to enter a relationship with the Taliban that keeps the peace in that region? Because we know that the Taliban has gone back on some of the things they had said last year when the U.S. left.
Well, I think that we have relations with Taliban, but we have not recognized them. We have channels of communication, and we are in touch with their leadership. And so has been the United States, as a matter of fact. I mean, the United States has a special envoy, Mr. Tom West. He has been talking to them. His interlocutors and his colleagues have also been engaging the Taliban. So this is a good thing, because, I mean, when the United States left last year, there was a vacuum of sorts. And so these channels of communication have filled up that vacuum. I'd say that there's a mixed record, as a matter of fact. I mean, in this past year, nobody thought that the Taliban would survive so long. They have survived. They presented a budget, and there's semblance of stability inside the region. But on the other hand, the two things which are happening. One is that the commitments that the Taliban had made about inclusivity, about promotion and protection of rights of women, and finally counterterrorism, they have not been fulfilled fully. Either it is capacity or lack of coordination, because Pakistan was also directly hit by Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan and ISIS-K. So then it becomes our collective responsibility. It becomes responsibility of the United States, Pakistan, and Taliban, or the Afghanistan as a country, to face off this challenge continuing challenge of terrorism in the region. So, but at the same time, I mean, things changed, as a matter of fact, after the killing of al-Zawahiri. Before that, the United States and the Taliban government, they were engaging, and they were getting somewhere on many issues.
We want to thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us this morning, Ambassador. We want to remind folks before we leave here that if you want to donate to the Pakistan flood aid, you can do so at www.embassyofpakistan.org for more information. Ambassador Khan, we thank you for joining us. We thank you as well for making part of your Sunday with us. Coming